Hello and welcome back to Tommy's Top Shelf Comics. I'm Tommy, joined by Murphy.
Hello.
We're back with this week's top 5 comics for the week of February 14th, Valentine's Day, 2024.
A
They were last week's top 5 comics, but now it is this week, so we're going to be talking about these top 5 comics for the week of this week. And they're all number
Now that you
ones.
mentioned
They're all number
all
ones.
independent too.
All independent. It's going to be a good time.
Funny enough though, this week being Valentine's Day week, there aren't that many love books.
Yeah, I don't know if you could really consider many of these books love books.
Not even outside of our top five.
Even
I just feel
when
like
even
there
on a
weren't
year,
many.
yeah, even on a year where Valentine's Day falls on New Comic Book Day.
Right.
But
DC didn't even drop like a one shot.
shame. But for number 5 this week, if you find this, I'm already dead.
So from the New York Times best-selling creator of Mind Management and co-writer of Berserker with Keanu Reeves comes a multi-dimensional comic odyssey presented in a pulp magazine-sized comic book format. Robin is a big city reporter embedded with U.S. Marines heading to the hostile pocket universe called Terminus. 10 minutes in, the entire Marine squad is wiped out and she has to survive and report on her own. Terminus is full of cosmic wonders and sci fi gods that are in the middle of a political power struggle. The language is alien and the politics are deadly. Can she survive long enough to figure out what's going on and get home to tell the story? So if you find this, I'm Already Dead is the latest release from Flux House Books, a new boutique imprint that will feature the writing and sometimes art of acclaimed comics creator Matt Kind, with crime, science fiction, horror, and humor stories all told and presented in startling and untraditional ways.
I love trying new
So
things.
we're gonna get and we're gonna get a new series of magazine books to go
Not
along with all the distillery ones.
not that's not what I like though. Don't like that. Don't like that.
Yeah, this
Stick
one seems
to
cool.
normal.
I had never really read any of his stuff,
Yeah,
but
it's
I
good.
like Berserker a lot,
Yeah.
so I'm definitely gonna give this a try. Plus, I mean, it seems it's the start of a new imprint, so that's pretty cool.
What's another imprint? Moving on to number 4 this week, we have The Cabinet number 1. An Image number 1. That's my count.
Image number one.
Miniseries premiere in this vibrant tongue in cheek adventure series, atypical teen Avani and Midwestern jock Trent teleport across a post Cold War landscape to collect bizarre relics. Why? Well, because they need to summon the arcane powers of a resplendent 17th century cabinet to fix a teeny tiny mistake the last time Avani used it, unleashing an ancient evil from its prison and accidentally slaughtering her parents, courtesy of Eisner nominated writer Jordan Hart and co writer David Ebeltoft, and introducing the technicolor wizardry of artist Shiana Raimondi. Each issue features a variant interconnected cover by artist Margret Sauvage.
Savage, like that
Seems super
Johnny Depp
cool.
cologne.
Seems super cool.
That it does. I'm
Seems like it's
getting
gonna
like
be a ride.
I'm getting like Indian in the cupboard vibes, but like
Yeah,
more
yeah,
apocalyptic.
yeah. And it's a
uh,
miniseries, so it'll be fun.
yeah, and seemingly, I guess the artist, this is her first, big publication, so that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, yeah. Being a miniseries, I'll probably pick this up when it comes out in trades, but
Yeah,
it'll be fun to read. But moving on to our number 3 this week, we have The Displaced, a Boom Studios number 1.
boom, number one. I don't know, that didn't work as well. The city of Oshawa, Ontario, has vanished without a trace. Of course, nobody remembers it or the 170,000 missing residents that disappeared along with it. As the survivors also fall into the forgotten, they must seek each other out if they hope to have any chance of surviving in a world where no one believes they exist. highly acclaimed writer Ed Bryson and rising star artist Luca Casalanguida and red hot colorist D. Cuniff pose the question: how can you feel connected to reality or each other if by all veritable means you don't exist?
It's a hard question to answer.
Do you think you get away with crime if you don't really exist? Like could you go rob a bank and they're like, "Oh, who's that?"
How do you get the benefits of robbing the bank if you don't exist?
That's I guess money doesn't really matter to you at that point.
It's true.
Interesting. The one
Frivolous.
problem with um the one problem with an all independent top 5,
Yeah.
the synopses, they read. The-
Well, I lucked out with a little bit shorter one in our number 2, The Infernals, number 1, an Image number 1, and a series
Also an
premiere.
image number 1.
Abraham Abe Morgenstern, the son of Satan, has 1 month to live before he dies. He must decide which of his 3 wayward children, volatile narcissist Nero, conflicted field operative Jackal, or troubled schoolgirl B will inherit his shadowy empire. But will Abe ever be able to truly cede control of the apocalypse? Or does the Antichrist have something else up his sleeve? Writers Ryan Perot and WGA Award nominee Noah Gardner are joined by Eisner Award winning artist John Pearson for an epic tale about family, power, legacy, and the end of the world.
It's Succession, but with demons.
It's pretty cool.
That Yeah, that sounds awesome. Plus, I mean, I'm here for John Pearson art,
Yeah, yeah. Department of Truth, yes, please.
right?
Ryan
And
Perot
I
from
mean,
Power Rangers,
it,
yes. Let's go.
it does seem like a very um interesting story. I'm sure there's going to be some real messed up family dynamics in this one.
And we got a Simmons variant cover.
Is there? Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there it is. I
Looking
like all
pretty
those covers
good.
actually. I like that one in 15.
Yeah, they're pretty good. But
That's
that's
a lot
not.
of low incentive covers.
Yeah, it's
10,
surprising.
a 15, and a 25.
Surprising.
That's pretty interesting. I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
It's a
does that mean
series
they're
premiere. It's
trying to
not a
get people to
miniseries.
get more? Mm.
Or maybe there's only 4. Maybe I buy all of them, kind of a thing. Opposed to there's 20. There's no way I'm buying all of them, kind of a thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
But moving on to our number 1, we got Blue Book, 1947, number 1.
This ambitious nonfiction comic book experience depicts true stories of UFO abductions with an eye to capturing the strange essence of those encounters. In 1947, Kenneth Arnold flew his Call Air A2 over the skies of the Pacific Northwest when all of a sudden he saw a blinding flash of silver light. What followed was a bizarre and difficult to explain encounter with several flying objects that would change the course of his life forever. Tiny Onion Studios and Dark Horse Comics present a line of upcoming creator owned work from the minds of James Tynion IV across a broad spectrum of his interests. Also includes a true weird backup story by Zach Thompson, Gavin Fullerton, and Aditya Bidikar. Tynion, he can have all my money.
Just keep writing books. Just keep putting them out.
I mean, he really is like he, he's really pushing the boundaries of creator owned stuff. 'Cause he's got like he's doing books for everybody. Literally everybody.
I think everybody
Well,
wants him to do comics for them.
yeah, that's true. And then I mean it's also cool he brings people along with him. He gives young writers chances and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's always awesome.
Yeah, he's doing some really neat stuff.
You,
I was pretty upset when he left
you
Batman and how
still
he left DC, but these books are worth it. These books
I
are
mean
worth
what,
it.
that was 2 years ago we were doing videos about him leaving. And look where he's gone.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. Good
I
stuff.
mean, do you still subscribe to Tiny Onion?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
fun.
that's one thing I haven't done is like subscribe to anything like that.
Oh, it's just
But
just the
I probably
newsletter.
it was just the newsletter.
Yeah. Yeah,
Are there any cool variants for this?
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the original cover is pretty cool too, like the hidden kind of alien head on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I am a big fan of supernatural alien stories. Like when they're still grounded in reality to a
Oh
degree.
yeah, where it's like your typical what you thought an alien was growing up kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Well, that is this week's top 5 comics for the weeks. Glad we got that done because next week they will be last week's comics, and next week we'll have to talk about this week's comics because it'll be next week, and then therefore next week's comics will be this week's comics. So join us
Jesus.
then. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss one because it'll be
And go ahead and tell us what your top 5 comics are.
sure.
We
Do
might
that
have
too.
missed some.
Leave them in the comments. We almost missed a couple of these. So until next week, we'll catch you guys later.
Yeah.